Hello YouTube. Today, February 28th, the last day of February. February is already gone. I don't even know where it went. Today, I want to talk to you about a very simple thing. It's called caloric budget. I heard someone say this once and it just like connected a dot for me. So hopefully this can connect a dot for you. If you think about it, you would never think that someone who does not have a financial budget would be financially fit. You know exactly what you need to spend, whether it's on your mortgage, whether it's in utilities, whether it's in phone bill, whether it's in food, whether it's in grocery. A lot of people know that they don't have a budget. A lot of people even know that they need to have a budget, but they don't maybe connect the dot between, all the different categories they're spending certain amounts of money on each month and connecting that over to this other side of their life, which is food. But we'll make the correlation in a second. So, when we talk about this budget, financial budget, you have a certain amount of money that you can spend in a year. So for example, if we had, $3,000 a month, we know that we have about that much to spend. Should we go out and spend 2,000 of those dollars on, a new computer? It depends. Maybe you can't dogmatically say no, but it burns through 2,000 of your dollars, so you only have 1,000 to live on. Now, if we take that same thinking and that same logic and we apply it to our food, I think this connection is beautiful. You need to set up for yourself a caloric budget. Most people don't know how many calories they're spending. Most people don't even know how many calories they actually need in a day. Most people don't really even have an idea of where their calories are going in a day. Are you following me? So if you take that same thinking of this financial budget and bring it over here to the caloric budget, and the caloric budget, you know that you have, say, 2,500 calories, $2,500 calories a day to spend. You spend those calories. If you spend less than those calories and you're saving calories, you lose weight, period. If you're in a caloric deficit, that's how you lose that weight. If you spend less than you make, you have savings and you're quote unquote healthier. Does that make sense? So when we think about this caloric budget, we think about how many calories do I have to spend and where am I spending them? So the budget line items would look a lot more like, where are they going towards my micronutrients, towards my macronutrients. I think we might make another video just about that one topic. But when you think about it in terms of a financial budget, you know that if you spend more than you make, that's credit, that's overload, that's too much. You can't do that. It's not financially wise. In the same way, if you have this caloric budget and you go over it, it's not necessarily wise. So think about it in those terms. Start thinking about it. Find out how much you have to spend on calories a day. And then track it for a little while to know what pretty much you're doing. And then you don't have to obsessively do this. I'm not saying that everyone should obsessively track this, but you do the same thing with finances. In finances, you track it for a month, and then you let it go. You know in your mind this is where the money is going. And then what do you have to do every once in a while? You got to audit that. You got to go back through and say, hey, how are we doing on the budget? What are we doing in this area? You got to look at it and say, oh, wow, we were actually spending more than we thought or less than we thought. So I think it's a beautiful way of thinking about calories because calories are the same way. Line it up, spend a month, get into a rhythm, figure out what you're spending calorically, then go back and adjust. Because if you match that habit with stepping on the financial scale, you can get on a scale literally and you can know, am I spending enough? Am I spending too little or spending too much? And when you have a track record, you know your debits and credits. So you know exactly where your calories are going and where your cash is going. So Anyway, just thought I would share this, just a way of thinking about how you're spending your calories. So I encourage you all to go set up your caloric budget.